Hi there. This is a reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. So today we're going to do what you need from your connections. Now I know I did a reading recently, like what you need currently, but I feel like we need to get specific about like our connections, because I feel like a lot of the collective that comes here are caregivers, which means that you tend to focus more on other people than yourself. You might be a people pleaser, you're a giver, you're a lover, you know, you do all the things for the people you care about, and you might put yourself last. Hopefully you're doing more of putting yourself first. But, you know, I feel like a lot of us have never received the giving that we deserve, and we have trouble asking for our needs to be met, and maybe it's because we don't know what we need. So we're going to dive deep and see what that is. And it's any connection, any kind of connections in your life that you need more from them. And it's okay to need and to want and to ask. And the Two of Pentacles, we saw that while we were shuffling, and I saw that while I was shuffling, and not the Six of Pentacles, which is the give and take card. But Two of Pentacles is balance, right? We want more balance in our connections where, you know, we're not just giving, we're receiving as well, okay? Thank you so very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and energy on my videos. It really means a lot to me, and it helps me out because I'm trying to monetize my YouTube. If I get 1,000 subscribers, then I am able to monetize my channel. So, you know, if you feel called to follow me, give me a follow. It doesn't take any cost or anything to do that. A lot of nights we're seeing justice. I saw justice too. That's balance as well. So interesting that we're seeing a lot of that. And it's very hard to find balance when you've been very like one-sided with like the giving. It's very hard to ask, like I said. It's very hard to achieve a semblance, some semblance of balance when you've always kind of, you know, done the opposite with these two. I was just thinking, like, there's not a lot coming out here, or there's nothing coming out. Not a lot. There's nothing. Ten of Swords, end of a cycle. I haven't used this deck in a hot minute, I thought. So far we've seen a lot of sword energy. Even while we were shuffling, saw the Knight of Swords, another sword card, moving away from your troubles. The Fool and the Moon reverse. Interesting. That was weird. Not the Queen of Swords. I'm going to see if I can get an extra for each one. Oh, okay, this wanted to come out over here. Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's hard to receive when you're showing up as the Queen of Swords. Not to say the Queen of Swords can't receive, but she's very, like, more logic-minded, which can kind of, to me, feel more like a blocked type energy of like receiving, blocked from receiving. So that's the energy you're kind of in, is the Queen of Swords. You want to be more in like the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, even the Queen of Wands. But like more like the Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Cups, I feel, are more on the receiving. You know, not afraid to give, not afraid to receive as well as give. Because the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, which I do feel like you are, but you might struggle to show up in the Queen of Pentacles energy or the Queen of Cups because you've always been on guard, right? And you've always kind of just handled it, done it, you know, you've gotten to a point where you can give yourself what you need, but you've got to go beyond that and ask others to give you the same that you're giving yourself, but more actually, because you're not even giving yourself enough. Like praise is coming up too. Like you need to praise yourself more. Like you praise others. You're very quick to praise other people. So maybe you could use a little bit of praise from the people around you, and yourself as well. Return to center, but in a good way. Return to you what you're giving to other people. Because I feel like, man, when someone does something that they're really proud of, you're like the biggest cheerleader ever. And then when you do something that you should be proud of, you're like, I was just talking to my friend Catherine about this, you're like, yes, I've got chills. But it doesn't really go beyond that. It's just like, okay, like you're giving yourself a pat on the back and it's done. You're not really congratulating and celebrating the fact that you won. You did something amazing. So you need to do more of that, okay? You know, this Oracle deck, the Kipperish deck, I feel like I'm just going to use this from now on for everything. I just love it so much. It's so good. And it's got everything in it. So, like, how can you not? Oh, hey, that doesn't belong there. That's weird. Eight of Swords reversed. Interesting. Your work, labor, and efforts are paying off. So all the, well, I feel like in general for you, you've put a lot of work in yourself, a lot of work in your endeavors, a lot of work in your connections, but I feel like not the fucking flying monkey again. You know what? The flying monkey's eyes should be like hypnotized or something, because flying monkeys do other people's bidding. Right? I've got chills. And I'm getting a ding up here. So I forgot what I was trying to say because this feels like it's important too. But, what you've poured into your connections is going to pay off for you. Like you're going to get back what you've given. And anybody that is flying monkey like energy, it isn't going to make it. Like they're not going to stick around with you because you're moving on. You're moving on to bigger and better things, and bigger and better people that can give you what you need. Enamored. This card came out the other day when I did a reading. People are enamored with you. Like there's just something about you. It's so funny because borderline obsession, I guess, with you. But, oh my God, it's right underneath the enamored card. That's wild. Shoot, I keep on forgetting what I was going to say. Enamored with you. Oh, you don't realize how easily you can get people to do what it is that you need and want. And it's not like manipulation, like you're not going to do that, but it's like, okay, I really need this right now, so I need to ask for it. But I think the first thing here that we need to focus on is recognizing what it is that you even need. You got to do baby steps with this because this is going to be uncomfortable probably at first for you. The pathway is opening up. We love it. Divine Masculine. That could be you. That could be somebody else. I feel like I want this card. Oh my God. Enamored reversed. Oh boy. trying to get another one. There was another card I wanted to pull, but it didn't come out, or I forgot what it was. Healer. That's you. Definitely. You've got a very healing energy, and it's not saying that you show up in people's lives and heal them, but there's a healing quality about you. When people are around you, they feel better, kind of thing. Oh, nice guy. And locked. That should go with obsession. Where's the obsession card? Is that going to come out? Yeah. Mentally and emotionally unstable. Interesting. That feels really important, that row. Trusted and divination reversed. Trusted is upright. Interesting. Priest reversed. Okay. That's not the card I wanted to pull. Intuitive cut reversed. Okay. A lot of interesting energy. A lot of masculine energy coming through this reading. So I feel like because of that, a lot of your needs have not been met by, could be men or masculine type women in your life. Perhaps that has gotten better for you though. It's a work in progress, Spirit is saying. Just like you are. You're a work in progress. So masculine connections around you, you might have been, it could be fathers, brothers, grandfathers, it could be those, it could be your romantic partner. But I feel like the nurturing part of you, like you're very nurturing, and these men that you've had in your life, bad, good, whatever, that's one thing they really appreciate about you is how much you give. And I feel like as of late, you might be finding the dynamics changing, even without you doing anything, where they might be giving more. But maybe you're not seeing it because you're used to not receiving. So it doesn't have to be, like, I'm not talking about physical giving, physical things, like a gift. I'm talking about like time, energy, maybe fixing something for you or cooking for you, or like you need to notice those little things because those are just as important as the monumental things. Like you might be someone like me where you don't really talk about yourself a lot. You kind of just listen to other people and their problems. Maybe you're uncomfortable sharing because you've never really had people that listen to you, so you focus on other people, or you have trouble getting vulnerable. So I want you to kind of start, that's one of the things that you need is to start sharing like what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Start with what you're thinking because feeling feels like that really vulnerable part. Chills on that. So like what you're thinking about, even stupid shit about your day, start sharing that. Because it like you'd be surprised to find that people want to hear about you. Like they don't want it to just be about them. They want it to be about you too. So, start spending more time and energy on what's going on with you. And maybe part of it is you think nothing's really going on with you, but I don't believe that to be the truth. Like you think something needs to be like majorly happening for you to be able to share is what it is. And that, no, absolutely not. It's a two-way street. You need to share about your day, share about whatever is going on, talk, just like talking. So you probably are somebody who either spoke up and didn't like get the response that you wanted or needed from like adult figures, parents, mentors, whatever, or you're introverted so you didn't speak a lot, or maybe you felt like people didn't get you, so you just didn't share, which is equally as sad. Like, we don't like that either. Either way, you got to make sure that the people that you're around now actually care and want to hear, because that's what it should be. It should be a two-way street, even on the dumb stuff, I'm saying. So Ten of Swords, I almost said reversed. I'm going to look up the meaning. Page of Wands reverse, Ace of Wands upright, pathway, and divine masculine. Let's see what the Ten of Swords, I feel like recovery or something, or clarity. This came up before. This is like really significant. Nope. Victimhood, restoration, transformation, avoiding change. Personal transformation requires that you let go of something old so that you can make room for something new. And letting go of the old way of communicating is really what you're working on. And you've spent a lot of your life feeling betrayed, stabbed in the back. You feel like there's a lack of commitment from people from your past. Could be some people in your present. With the Ace of Wands being here, I do feel like there's promise of new endeavors, like new passionate kind of connections, or even in your current connections, like starting anew. Like, it's going to get very clear for you who is really trustworthy and committed to your connection and who isn't. And again, it doesn't have to be a man per se. I thought I had chapstick. My lips are chapped. But it can be someone who's very like masculine in nature. And also, I feel like you need to ask for help from up here, like any masculine ancestors, God, Jesus, if you pray to either, any kind of masculine energy, even a pet. Ask for assistance with connecting better with the right people, okay? I think I want more on the backstabbing. Actually, we're going to come over here, because that feels like something that you're holding back on getting what you need, because you're afraid to be the vulnerability, because maybe you shared in the past with people, and then you look like a fool or something, or they made you feel like a fool. It's not saying what. You need to sever the cord, though, from how you used to be treated, is what Spirit's saying. Create your own closure. Clear out old messages if you have any messages from those people. Even maybe clearing out your phone, like your phone messages, to kind of create space for new communication, the right kind of communication that you want. Be decisive. Yeah. Take a healing shower. What's this? Be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself about what you're missing, what you're needing. That's why we're doing this reading. Hey, that right. I'm such a dork and I love it. Yeah, I feel like some of the backstabbing was like multiple people at one time too. So you might be kind of like in fear of losing everybody and everything, which is monumental. But I definitely feel like you need to kind of address the things that have happened to you. Like, just kind of think about people who have stabbed you in the back and have hurt you, and like promised you things but they didn't follow through, and see how the people now show up for you, and like in the little ways I'm talking about that show that they're different than those kind of people, that they're not going to just straight up leave you, chills on my left side, actually, that's weird, leave you hanging or move on, and you know, who are actually committed to your connection. Because these people in the past said one thing, but then they did another. This Page of Wands reverse, like, I want to take action towards you. I want to take, I'm very passionate about you, in whatever kind of connection it is, and then just stabbed you in the back, right? You don't have that as much now. In fact, I don't feel like you have anybody that plans on leaving you. Now, that's not to say that that's life, right? Some people come in and out of our life, and, they played their part, you played your part, the purpose was fulfilled, and there's no ill intent. But what I'm talking about is these people definitely had ulterior motives. They had something to gain from you that they didn't plan on being a long-term anybody. They didn't know what they want, being decisive, like you didn't know what they want, you didn't know what you wanted, they didn't know what they wanted, and it wasn't for real. But you've always wanted real connections, and now you're ready for them, and that's why we're talking about what you need, okay? Spent a long time on that one, but it was necessary. So then we've got Nine of Swords reversed with the Three of Wands upright, and then Enamour reversed with Healer. Yeah, what you need, like, is something that you don't need to worry about. Like, something that someone or someones that you feel like you've got opportunities with to grow and heal. It's not really necessarily, it could be like a venture with someone, like a business venture or something like that, maybe work people, but this feels more like people that you're really connected to. You don't want, like, you need people who are not just looking for, like I was saying in that first set of cards, looking for something to gain from you and not giving to you what you need. People who are healing to your mind, body, and soul. People that are there when life gets hard, and at your worst, like when you're going through your worst, you might have already went through some really hard times, and you've had people in your life that have really stuck by you, so you know what that looks like. But I feel like, so in these first couple of set of cards here, especially this one though, I feel like you already are getting what you need from people. Like, not all of it, okay, but like a lot of what you need, which is stability, a big thing, commitment, like I was saying. But you're not recognizing that you're already receiving that, because these situations and people from the past, you're still seeing through that lens, right? What am I trying to say here? Because we need to get to the bottom of this past thing. What are these past people? What do these past people take from us that we're still looking at the people in our life now like they're acting the same way. Look at balance again. Like they took everything then. And they just bittersweet. What's this card? Miracle. Trickery. Yeah, what came out the other day? The Thief card. Lying, cheating, stealing. Yeah, they just, rejection. So it wasn't just about, like, them leaving you hanging or ghosting you or having their own agenda and leaving. It's also about you constantly putting yourself out there and being rejected, like the version of you that you are. And I'm getting really fatigued from that, like constantly sharing who you are. And then now you're at a point where you're kind of like your guard's up because you've experienced so much of that you don't trust that these people in your life aren't going to just up and leave you and reject you or whatever. And it hurts my heart that you feel that way. So that's why you really need to sit down and think about the people in your life and what they've done and how they've showed up for you. Because they're not the same. It's not the same. So then we've got Six of Swords with, these are 2 6s actually, with the Lovers. And another 6 right after that, 61, with Nice Guy, and 99, 66, 90, 99, and blocked reverse. Yeah, you're moving on to better things. You're moving on to the balance. Lovers is another balance card with someone nice, caring, or people that are nice and caring and being more mindful about who has access to you, right? Not allowing just anybody in your space. It's weird because I feel like you're not necessarily someone who has you probably don't have, like you've always been very particular about your friend group, your social life in general, but like you feel like you're picky. You've always been picky about those things. But I just realized this the other day, actually, that I've always been a person who wants to make other people uncomfortable, even at the expense of my comfort, right? I'm always finding the person in the room that is like kind of cast off, that would be like me, right? That's kind of like timid or uncomfortable, okay? And then I try to help them feel safe and comfortable and whatever. But that leads me to like trying to go beyond that and build a friendship. And I'm very good at reading people, but it's like I feel like that person should be able to have access to me because they're unsafe or uncomfortable, and that's not it. I don't just connect with anybody. When I connect with people, it's on a very deep level. But I notice I do that. I noticed the other day that I'm doing that. So it's kind of like that idea where you have a small, important group in your life. And even with family, like maybe you only talk to certain people in your family or have strong connections with people in your family. But one of the things you need to do going forward is be mindful about what your access is. Like how much you're allowing people to have access to you. Like a hello is cool. And if you want to make somebody feel comfortable, fine. But that doesn't mean that they should be able to have complete access to you. And this is giving me anxiety, so there's definitely something with this. You might want to say something like, I take my power back from anyone who I've allowed access to me that shouldn't have had access to me, and who I gave access to carelessly, like anyone who shouldn't have had access to me, the special kind of access to me, maybe just something simple. Because I feel like there's so many people out there that you've touched, and your energy is so special that, you know, your energy is everywhere and you don't want that. So take your power back. That's something you need to do. What's this? Gift. You're a gift, I'm telling you. There's hypnotized eyes. There's a monkey, flying monkey with it. No, it's confusion, illusion. But yeah, you've got a lot of energy out there that you need to bring back home. Could be a reason why you might feel drained sometimes, even. So then we've got the Fool and the Moon reversed with mentally and emotionally unstable and distant future reversed. There's something that, this is interesting because I was specifically talking about connections, but this isn't, I mean, this could have to do with connections, but this isn't necessarily about that. So the Fool talks about like taking a leap of faith. And it's interesting that we've got Priest reverse because that's like faith, right? He's got a cross on his chest. So this is about you not moving forward and having more of a trust in the divine, and not just constantly trying to step into things, like to taking it slow, not worrying about the future. It's a need to focus on your health, your mental health, especially. But like misstep is coming up, like not misstepping. Like you don't want to take a leap of faith off the wrong cliff. And like I'm picturing Wile E. Coyote, who he's like running after the Roadrunner, and then he like the Roadrunner runs so fast that it's able to get to the next cliff, but the coyote just drops to the ground, right? That's like something you're being kind of warned, is the word I want to say. Oh my God, I just noticed she's got boogers. Stop, that's gross. Like before you have the information that you need, okay? And it's something to do with your mental health. So let's see if we can get more on that. We need more on that, Spirit, please. What do we need to know about this leap of faith? Owls represent like strong knowledge, okay? Conjunction and water. House 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. Conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. And water, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Compass, I thought that said compass. So moral compass might be a thing. You've got a strong moral compass. I've talked about this recently. But it's a need to not go it alone, too. It's a need to understand that sometimes these leaps that we take are with other people, too. You know, we need other people's assistance or sharing an idea with other people that you trust. But intuition is coming up with the moon. So it's like And the moon is Pisces. That's a lot of water energy. It's like trusting your intuition, trusting that your intuition is getting you exactly where you need to go, coming together at the right time. You might be feeling anxious right now with your life mission, your career, where you're heading, because you feel like you're on the brink, like the Fool being here. You're on the brink of like this next level of your career, of what you're going to do, of, like it's anticipatory kind of energy. And you might be having higher anxiety because of that. So just understand that, you're at your own pace, and that you don't need to just dive all in especially if you're anxious like you are. Like, Spirit doesn't want that for you. You're going to definitely be like, you're on the right track. You're going where you're supposed to go. You're doing what you're supposed to do. But understand that Spirit's not going to like overwhelm you. And if you're an anxious type person like me, Spirit doesn't want you to feel overwhelmed and like, oh gosh, what did I get myself into? So it's going to be gradual. I guess the message here, what you need is not to step forward before you're ready, before you feel you're ready, and make sure that your mental health is on track, or any kind of health, I guess. But the fact that I don't feel like you're unstable, like I don't feel like that's it, but I feel like mentally speaking, maybe this is something that's, like maybe it's something you really, really want and need because it's your purpose, but it's not something right now that is going to be beneficial for you because of like your mental state. Like, maybe you had something tragic happen recently, or maybe you've got too much going on in your life right now where that would be an extra kind of burden. So, take your time and maybe tell God or whoever you speak to spiritually or whatever, like, please help me to go forward when I'm ready, like something like that. And I feel like there's another message too, but I don't know. We're going to get some dead inside. What else? What's the other message? Like for other people, like that might be a specific message because it's not about connections. I mean, it's about you're connected to something, but I guess, but like I'm thinking people. Reading old text like a novelist, and the birds are saying, yeah. Replaying the breakup. Doom scrolling at 3 a.m. Insomnia, anxiety loop, mental loops, guilt, overanalysis, obsession is coming up. So this could be about a connection that you're wanting to move forward with, or take a new leap into something new with them, but you're not ready yet to do that. You got to make sure you're in the right state of mind to make that leap when it's the right time. But there's a breakup here, so maybe you broke up with somebody and maybe you're not ready to move forward. Maybe you're trying to date and you're not ready to move forward. Or like maybe you're thinking there's a possibility that you can get back together. Not right now. You can't right now because it's too much. It's fresh and there's old energy in it. So I guess in the love sense, if you're with somebody now and you want to move forward with them, take it slow. Okay? Don't rush. Wait until it's the right time. Wait until you feel better. And then if you just broke up with somebody, it's not the right time to get back with them. You need to mentally get there's something blocking the progress of your connection, and it could be like just old energy that's still at play. This could pertain to the current connection too, like something you're needing to let go of from the past, past people, past relationships. I've got chills. Like a past way of showing up even could be a thing. If you want more detail, get a one-on-one with me, because I could sit here all day trying to piece it together, and I'm not going to do that because I'm not. So then we've got the Queen of Swords upright with the Four of Pentacles reversed, and Trusted with Divination reversed. So here, what you need, so the Four of Pentacles is about lack, but it's reversed. So I feel like you're getting more clarity. I've got chills in trusting more in the divine, instead of like utilizing yourself and your ego. Okay, this is really good. So what you're needing, I feel like you're already kind of doing, but you're needing to trust more that things are going to work out for you for the highest good and the highest good of all. And even like asking spirit to, hey, can you show me this? Like, show me something specifically so I know that I'm taken care of. Do something like that, like whether it's a feather or a butterfly. I've been seeing butterflies everywhere. Whatever it is, to show, like, have spirit show that they've got your back. I feel like you're just more trusting in everyday life that you've got what you need, okay? Which is really good. But there is definitely a need to have more faith and to stop looking at what you're lacking and start looking at what you've got. There's a need to do that, okay? This didn't really turn out the way that I expected, and I was going to say wanted, because really I thought it was going to go in a different direction. But I want to see if anything else comes out with, like, stuff did come out about connections, but like what you need from your connections. Something's telling you maybe you're not ready to get, I got anxiety again. You're not ready to get what you need. You've got to maybe focus on yourself. Oh, look at hands are out. Maybe you do. But it's like you have to get rid of your old wiring, your old systems, your old beliefs on even like societal beliefs on getting what you need, okay? I've got chills all over my body, including my head. I'm going to start with air, actually. I'm going to go over here. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Yeah, you need to learn. Like I was saying in the beginning, it's like you don't know what you need, so you need to learn what it is you need. You need to start paying attention in everyday life on like what you're feeling. I'm getting anxiety up here, like my face, my arms, like it's just it's scary for you. That's the mentally unstable thing. It's scary for you to ask for what you need. So I feel like right now, and it's not to say you shouldn't, if you come up with something you need and you want to ask for it, do it. 100% do it. But I feel like it's more of a learning experience for you about what it is you need. And my body is lighting up, so maybe there's something with your body right now that you need to pay attention to and take care of, okay? But be open-minded about what it is that you need, because it might not be what you think. Thanks for that. It's always so cryptic and you're like, I don't get it. Mutable, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Yes. It's okay to get those hands out and say, hey, I'm ready to receive. I'm ready. And I feel like there's a need for you to put your hands out to spirit. That's why I was saying, part of me, ask for a sign, ask for something, saying like, hey, I'm here for you. Even though you know spirit's here for you, like, ask for a sign, because I feel like it's something you need. But yeah, things are going to drastically change once you're ready to get more of what you need. And it's going to be a good, really good thing, but it might be overwhelming for you. Okay, maybe that's why too my body was lighting up there. So then we've got earth and fixed together. Earth is persistence, patience, and practicality. And then stability. Did I say stability? I don't know. Okay, we're going to read that too. Stability, persistence again, loyalty, and dependability. You've got these people in your life. Loyal and persistent. Like, there's something about some people in your life that recognize what's in you and are like helping you in a sense without you even realizing it. They're persistent in the fact that they want to get you to your potential of what you need, of who you are as a person, of like getting you to show up authentically. And it's really beautiful. Like, you've got some really amazing people in your life that want what's best for you. That's what I was trying to say. And they're trying to help you get there. So that first couple set of cards, it's really important that you recognize what people are doing for you. Because that's maybe why I'm having a hard time coming up with like the message I thought I was going to get, because it's like you're getting a lot of what you need, but you don't know you need it. So finding the small things that you notice that someone does for you is very important right now, because I feel like you're getting a lot. You're just not seeing it, okay? And then house 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Yeah, see, practical details. It's like, maybe you're a detailed person, but you have trouble noticing the details when it's not something that you're used to. So you need to start getting used to those little things that matter. I can give you an example that I'm thinking of right now that I sometimes think about, but I can't, my mind can't wrap around it yet. So, my boyfriend will oftentimes come in and check on me at night, just have a conversation. Like, he knows what I'm doing, but he's like, what are you doing? And then I'm like, why is he asking me that? But he wants to have a conversation. He wants to chat with me. He wants to share about his day, and he'll even ask what's going on with me. And that's something that I need to start looking at as a blessing, because he actually cares what is going on in my life and how I'm doing. Like, that's something really small, but very meaningful, because I never had that before. Like, truly had it, like an authentic, really, hey, I care about you and I want, like, we're sharing this life together. I want to know what's going on with you. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like so small, but like means everything. That's something that I need. Someone that checks on me and makes sure that I'm okay and that, everything's good. That's big. That's a big thing that looks very small. Do you get what I'm saying? So you need to find those things that people in your life are doing. Like my friend Catherine, if something happens and I had a bad day or whatever, she's going to check up on me like the next day. And she's very busy, but she will find time to say, hey, are you good? That's a big deal. That's a need. Do you know what I mean? So it's sad that like we're not used to those things, like getting the things that we need, but we need to start expecting that and noticing. Like it's the noticing part. The moon being here, and I knew the moon was significant because the moon is really like things are hidden from you. Well, it's not hidden anymore. It's very much in your face. And Spirit's like, hello, you've got chills. Like, you need to pay attention. This is important. And stop looking at the things that you think you're not getting, right? And maybe you do need those things, but hey, there's things that you're already getting that you need, but you don't think of it as a need. Okay, I'm done explaining it because I'm going to beat you to death over the head with it if I keep going. So thank you so much for being here. Any likes, shares, comments, subscribers to my channel are super appreciated and super helpful. If you'd like to donate to my channel, I will put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the comments. I have a phone line now, so you can contact me on the phone if you want to set up a reading, if you want to have a reading on the phone. If you don't like social media, that's where we can do it. And then if you text me one time, I will give you a free message. And then I will also put my booking link. So if you want to set up a one-on-one, if you need more detail on this reading, we can do it. I do any types of reading except for mediumship. So, you know, you can always message me with something that you want to talk about. And then I'd love to hear in the comments if anything resonated, or if you want to share anything about this reading that you've experienced. I would love to hear it. We would love to hear it. This is a safe space. And you can always tell me readings you want me to do in the comments as well. If I feel drawn to it, I will certainly do it. So I hope this really helps you and you get what you need.